hardest part about my training is definitely time management. It's my last semester in school. You know, I got full-time student, lots of homework, tests, projects, internship, on top of training, you know, 2 to 3, sometimes 4 hours a day. You know, there's nights where I don't sleep that much, you know, but you know, there's plenty of time for sleeping when I'm dead. So, yeah, time management, and then, you know, just those days when your body hurts and you're aching and you're tired. But I got to think, man, if I don't train today, or if I don't go as hard today, that's a little bit more of an advantage she has, and I'm not letting anyone have that advantage over me.
Yeah, Tiffany makes my job easy. She's 122 pounds, twisted steel and sex appeal. A lot of what the fans, promoters, and sponsors want to see is what she does in the ring. She either punishes a person enough to where they don't want to come out in the next round, she cuts them open with elbows, or she's just going to knock someone out. So yeah, she does make my job easy.
You know, when I first worked with Tiffany, I knew right away that this one has a lot of potential to become a really great champion. I mean, soon. She's very talented, very skilled, and at the same time, she doesn't fear anything, which makes, you know, those qualities right there alone will get her to that level of a champion fighter.
What I see that separates her from a lot of the girls out there is her athleticism. She's got a heart of fire. She's got a great work ethic. You tell that girl no, and she'll prove you wrong.
For this fight, just to stick with that cardio theme, because I felt like that played a huge part into why I did so well. So I wanted to take my cardio training to the next level. So to do that, I use the Boston O2 trainer. So I use that for my sprint work and my bag work, and it's really made a difference. And aside from that, different opponent, different style, so new game plan, just really working on some new techniques, some new game plan, and you're going to see a Time Bomb 2.0 in this fight.
Here at Art of 8 Training and Fitness Center, you know, we train a lot of high-level athletes and world-class fighters from different disciplines, and you know, Tiffany is definitely a standout Muay Thai fighter, and you know, I believe she recognized the level of training here at this gym, and it's a pleasure for us to have her and for me to be able to work with such a humble student. And Tiffany is definitely one person to look out for.
Blue Ocean Thai Boxing. It's not really a team. It's more like a process. I just kind of put a name on it. And what it is basically Tiffany was one of the first few females that I trained, students actually, when I moved to San Diego. And so she was kind of a bit like an experiment, you know. What it was I trained her a certain way, you know, from the ground up, taught her certain things that I felt that would be competitive and would suit her in competition, and it just kind of grew from there. So, I mean, it's not so to say a team, but it's more of a process. And what it is basically my chief aim is to take young fighters locally, you know, who's interested in pursuing a career in professional fighting. If not professional, then perhaps, you know, high-level amateur, and just go from there. And right now, we have about I think four pros that I worked with from the ground up. So it's just a process of attaining your you know, what it is that you're looking to do in combat sports. We've got a new team now. We've got about 15 new amateurs, because the original team that I had that consisted of Tiffany and Christina and Adam Griffiths and the rest, you know, have basically graduated. They've moved on. They're in the pro ranks now, and so we didn't really have an amateur team, and so that's pretty much what we're in. We're a rebuilding stage, so it's awesome, and the team did very well. They just did a competition over at Team Quest in Encinitas, and out of the 7 of them, 6 of them won. So it was a very good fight, very good. So we look, you know, same thing, man. It's just not changing the recipe. It's been successful, and hopefully we can produce more top-level fighters out there.
I think the key points to success in my last fight, definitely cardio. Cardio was a huge factor. It was my first time fighting 5 3-minute rounds, so I really stressed the cardio aspect of my training, and then also sticking to the game plan. Alex and I had a very specific game plan going into the fight, and I didn't steer away from it at all. I did exactly as we trained, and it worked out because I was successful in the fight.
In August, she actually signed a contract to be on a TV show. It's like a reality show in Holland called Infusion. She's going to be actually fighting in the 59 kilogram division. I saw the list of the girls. I mean, these are pretty much the top girls in the world. She's the only one from the USA. The rest are coming from Holland. They're coming from Germany, Italy, all throughout Europe. Pretty much those are the ones that I want to see. I'm not really interested if she wins or lose, or if she wins the tournament. It'd be great if she did, but I'm interested more in it for the experience, because she's going to be fighting girls who are a lot more experienced than her, had more fights, and so this is where we're going to see Tiffany's true courage come out, because she's going to have to stay resilient, she's going to have to stay focused, and she's not, she's going to have to basically clear her head, and just execute.
What's ironic about Tiffany is that outside of the ring, she's a bit timid and shy, but then when you give her a platform, there's another side of her, that comes out, and that definitely is that showman. She's definitely an entertainer, and she wants to perform well for not just her coaches, skill-wise, but also for the audience. So she's got it all.
I'd say the main goal, the main focus of my fighting career is obviously to push myself and to test myself. Got a world title shot coming up in a couple of months. Obviously, that's a big deal. Something I'm going to work really hard towards. Just take it one fight at a time. Definitely win some titles, test myself against the best in the world to see where I stand, and keep working on my transition into MMA and see where I go with that. So, just pushing myself to my limits, to see where I'm limited, and then breaking through those limits.
Her very first fight that I trained her for, she fought a girl named Melinda Sheklov, pretty well-known fighter. Melinda was, and Tiffany was, came out of nowhere. I actually found her at the boxing club over in San Marcos. She took one of my classes, and then I asked her if she's ever fought before. She said that she has. She did like 2 smoker fights. And so I said, okay, well, if you're interested, just give me a call. And she called me, and then from there, that's how it all started.
The moment I step into the ring, there's nothing going through my head. That's when the autopilot kicks in. It's all the hard work that I've already done. A good friend of mine once told me fighting is your body's way of expressing the hard work you've already done. So by the time fight night comes, I walk to the ring, I step in there, I'm on cruise control, I'm on autopilot. The only thing that matters is just doing what I need to do and getting that W. If it's a 5-round war, it's a 5-round war. If it's a 1-round knockout, it's a first-round knockout. But just gonna get the job done and have some fun while doing it.
I was impressed with watching her latest fight and seeing her just manhandle, a current champion. Just totally told me and gave me that confidence that this one's going to be a champion very soon.
I think within 3 years, yeah, she'll win a title in her division easily.
Prediction for my next fight? Knockout. That's all. Knockout.